All right, it is 7:14 on Acadiana's Morning News. I'm Bernadette Lee, and we have a guest in studio because it's Thursday. He's a major guest, Major Eddie Thibodeaux at the St. Landry Crimes.
My wife calls me Major Pain, but Major Guest is good.
You have young kids. Have there ever been monsters in the closet? Did you ever see the movie Major Pain?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to make you boys strong.
Let me just go ahead and put this out there.
Yes.
If everyone in America worked with someone like Bernie, there would be no Facebook at work. There would be no fantasy football.
No, that's not
there would be
true.
no watching of the World Cup while you're pretending.
So not true.
There would no be, in honor of our friend Sam, listening to soccer podcast.
No.
There would be none of it.
True.
Because Bernie would suck the fun out of it.
Dude, you ran away, and I just want to do the show, and I don't want to get in trouble
I was
for not
working.
including
All
you.
she wants to
I
do
was
is work.
working.
He was working on his plans for the weekend, so.
It's pre-Friday.
It is pre-Friday, yes.
You got to love it.
But the Major is here, and
He
it's
sure
Major
is.
when he shows up.
And I missed y'all.
Well,
we missed you, dude.
It's Major, and he brings a major breakfast every
That's
time he
right.
comes.
He brings happiness.
You know,
of the
I
golden
told
arches right here. Okay.
I have said more than one time in the past week that one thing you can't do in South Louisiana is tell anyone that you enjoy something.
I know.
Because I told Chief I enjoyed the sausage biscuits from Rouse's, and you know what? He showed up with 10 pounds of sausage biscuits yesterday.
He did. We were and we were little pigs.
Sarah has an uncle who makes probably the best jambalaya I ever had.
Mm-hmm.
But every time I see him, he asks, like, you need me to stock you up? And I'm like, I have plenty in the freezer.
No, tell him yes.
You know, well, I say I have plenty. And then, you know, I'll see one of his kids, and the kids will say, hey, Robert, like, the first thing, like, everything's good?
Yes.
You still got some jambalaya? And I made the mistake one time of saying, you know, actually, we just ate the rest of it. Hey, Dad, Rob says he needs some more jambalaya.
When I got married, I had to buy a deep freezer.
Yes.
Because of my in-law.
Yes.
He's an avid hunter, shrimper, crabs, turtle.
Yeah.
So I actually had to buy a deep freezer for him to bring him his stuff. Man, you have enough? And the same thing.
We have always been a get what you need for the week type household. You know what I mean? We'd go shopping on the weekend, decide what we wanted to have because, you know, Sarah's all into meal planning and stuff, so it works. And then we moved back here, and it has gone downhill. The freezer stays full. Every time, like you said, the in-laws come over, there's always some sausage. Or, like I said, don't say you like anything. Because I was eating gumbo at her house not that long ago, and she said, you like that sausage? I said, yeah. And she said, okay, I'll send you some. So there was a bag when I left that I was like, that's kind of heavy. I got home, and it was 19 links of sausage.
Right.
I'm like,
well, then invite me, I'll go with you.
It's going to take me a year to eat it. But thank you.
So we actually have you here to talk about more than just food.
No,
I mean,
of course.
Yeah.
Eddie, well, no, because I actually do have one food-related question to ask.
Okay.
How was your trip? We know that you normally cover up the smoke detectors and pay off the front desk at hotels that you go to. How was the culinary experience at your recent karate trip?
We cooked a jambalaya, a gumbo. I can't remember. Oh, red beans and rice.
Eddie
And
travels
even the
with a
bellhop helped us bring the groceries in, so we fed him. So you have to pay your the hotel staff because they get kind of upset.
and they don't want you're running basically like an Olive Garden up
right.
at your
I mean, we had people. Guatemala, like I said, they all come in. It's a tradition now. So spreading that Cajun love to everybody.
That's it, man.
That's really great.
It's kind of like, you know what? You should probably be sponsored by the Department of Tourism in the state of Louisiana.
Let's call Billy.
I'm gonna have to do that.
Seriously. I mean, come on, man. You're spreading our culture to the globe.
We just know that when we leave past Turkey Creek, I always say that. Past Turkey Creek, Ville Platte, everybody else is Yankees.
That's right.
Sorry, Alexandra.
They don't know
Sorry,
nothing.
Shreveport.
Well, that's okay. They're worried about a winter blast this weekend. Hey, okay, so you also, in addition to spreading the love and spreading the food around everywhere you go, you also keep the streets safe with Crime Stoppers.
Well, I'm a spokesman, like I've always said, and we got to send some props out to Detective Michael Darbone.
Darbone?
My first
Kudos.
Crime Stoppers was at Big Tex Trailers.
Oh, yeah, the one that went missing.
The one that went missing, and that's when I introduced the real men and women of law enforcement, the guys that work while I'm on vacation, that actually
that's right.
stay and
They're
work
there.
on holidays and stuff. Well, Big Tex called again, and I'm going to break it here first because I didn't release it yet. I had a stolen trailer. The detectives, great detective work, looked at the scene, The guy left some key evidence there. A tag off of a pair of bolt cutters. Our detective goes to Walmart and says, "Hey, do y'all sell this?" And he said, "Not only did we sell it, but we sold this one at $3.45 this morning." They're looking at the video, saying, "All right, so here's the guy. He notices the guy's carrying a knife on his side pocket. They found that knife. Well, while they're looking at the video of the suspect, one of the clerks calls in and says, 'Hey, y'all looking at these bolt cutters? There's somebody trying to return and get his money back on some bolt cutters.'" And guess who he was? He was the guy that stole the trailer. So Detective Garbone, they grabbed him up. They went to his house, and lo and behold, guess what was there? That stolen trailer. So we didn't pin. I don't want to say pin. We didn't put the first one together yet because there's a lot of investigation, but we have them on this one, and the same motive is the ones before. Wow. Plus, in St. Landry, we've been having some other trailers being stolen from different lots. But great detective work. That's just great. Looking at the scene and following up leads. And we always talk about cameras.
Yep.
So went to Walmart and they say, "Hey, $3.45."
Now you see, that's some real law and order right there.
And that's why I try to spotlight.
Y'all did this in 30 minutes, right?
Oh, well, I mean, I wish I had that little flashlight on CSI that finds things. But I mean, it goes back to tips. People can call in and give us the name, but if these detectives and patrolmen don't go out there, there's old-fashioned legwork.
Yep.
You have to. I can give Eddie Thibodeaux did something, but you got to prove it.
That's right.
But all he did was found this little tag, went to Walmart and said, "Hey, do y'all sell this?" And the good Lord was shining. That's right. Down. It all starts of evidence at the scene, of course, but tipsters even giving us that name, so we can look.
And you should think too, if you are maybe driving in the car, listening to KPL, thinking about committing a crime today, it's always going to come back. I mean, like at the end of the day, you will have left something. No one is that good. I mean, it's.
What we do now, Rob, is like that $100,000 that we missing. We've got a tip. We actually have a person of interest. We don't want to say who it is first.
Well, remind us about the case.
This lady, and poor lady, she had a business, and her sons are running it, and she came up to me. She said, "Sir, I pay taxes on all this money," and I said, "Oh, that's fine, ma'am." She had over $120,000 in cash in a little lockbox hidden. And we know who it is, but again, we want to make sure that we have the evidence. And we're looking for this guy right now. We're trying to do it without the media first, not to spook him. But we take a lot of DNA samples now. We have the one we're working now. That was last night. It was a trailer that a bunch of guns and stuff were stolen. We got a tip soon. Almost right after that it aired. So. The big thing now is we just take DNA a lot because like you said, you leave things. Mm-hmm. You might be smart to do gloves and stuff,
but don't throw the gloves away in the trash can at the end of the driveway.
Yes. So we're working on two major crimes that we've got leads on, and again through why do I bring McGriddles? Because you guys are so generous to give us 10 minutes, 15 minutes of time just to put out the information. And really, I know you were talking about it. It happens, and but we really, our most, I guess our mission is to make sure it doesn't happen.
That's right.
Let's
get the word out.
Let's get a quick break in, and then I want to talk about the Facebook page and just kind of how that's happened, of course, over the past year. A lot of changes in Crime Stoppers. Major Eddie Thibodeaux with us. We're back after this.
We're going to start selling those subscriptions.
As we start to wrap up with Major Eddie Thibodeaux, a place where you can get a lot of information, a lot of changes over the past year at St. Landry Crime Stoppers. You can find all of it on the Facebook page, even things you may not hear about here on the show, but as different things come up, or maybe some things reported, and you can give tips that way too. But it's always important to stress that, even if you do call in, and remind people of the number, Eddie?
948-TIPS or stlandrycrimestoppers.com or on Facebook, St. Landry Crime Stoppers. We try.
Yeah.
You could tip us. You could. On your text and stuff. We don't have that many that come on text, but we try to tell everybody, don't call us and leave your name and stuff. We do have a line, or don't Facebook private message me because I'm not supposed to know who you are.
Yes.
But because you want to remain anonymous. Our Facebook thing, about 3% we get on our tips is people just calling it out the blue.
Yeah.
But as far as the media and KPEL and our social media, we've got 61 arrests since I took over. And I'm not bragging. I'm just trying to say that with the advent of the social media and just putting in the Facebook and the radio thing, it's unbelievable. In fact, Detective Darbone, he's a user of Facebook for Crime Stoppers. I average about 4,000 views. We've got about 17,000 viewers. We've lost some with the change, but we've gained a lot. Yeah. And most of my views are
the arrests 4,000. Are up. That's
the
all
arrests
that
are up. And I put 2 people on the Facebook page the other day on breaking in a camp. They wanted them for questioning. It reached, and I listened to, and I'm sorry I forget her name, about the Facebook and the
Miss Jackie.
Miss Jackie. I look at the insights and see who's looking and what's my target audience. We got over 50,000 views on these 2 people. They were commenting on where she works, where he works, what they do and stuff. And it ended up, and we didn't, the arrest is made, they actually got arrested in the Voiles. We didn't transport them, so we're not going to do a daily arrest report yet. But that Facebook and the social media out there is just unbelievable. We've made our arrests just through the knowledge and the information. Just put a zero-turn lawnmower was stolen the other day. One of the officers said, "Hey, can you put this up for me?" And we do also a Did You Know article. Next week, we're going to do one on workplace violence. So you can just log on our stuff.
Wow.
And it's a 4-part series. We did one on suicide this month. So, yeah, it's a great information.
I think the important thing that you've done, part of the change, has been you, instead of sitting back as many law enforcement departments do in error, sit back and wait for people to come to them.
Right.
You have really gone where people live. They're listening to KPEL in their cars, at their jobs. They're living their life on social media, and that's where you are.
And I'm fortunate to have a sheriff that allows us. It's like when I teach Operation Lifesave, that's a big campaign. He allows me to go. I do a lot of work for Sampson Rope. We do their in-service training. We offer that to anybody that wants us to come and do an active shooter or an Operation Lifesaver. Our sheriff, we have a full-time training staff. We actually certify all the smaller departments on their firearms, from Turkey Creek to anybody, not just our parish. So we're fortunate to have a sheriff that allows us to go out in other parishes and other cities.
Has a huge ripple effect. It does.
Great information as always. Major Eddie Thibodeaux from St. Landry Crime Stoppers. We appreciate your time as
you're
always.
Major.
And always, God bless you. I always send it. Be alert, be safe, and God bless you. You got to be alert out there.
I'm gonna go be alert on that McGriddle sandwich.
That's what I figured. All right,
wait, I have to do news.
7:31. Yeah, Bernie. News in 1 minute. Stay with us.